There's no point in saying it at the moment because you won't be anybody here. Yeah.
Let's see. I've got to have a light on me, otherwise you won't be seen. Well, can I be seen there? Yeah, I can. Okay, good.
Yeah, clear,
That's
clear
good too. I didn't realise there was a skylight there.
I've got all my cons.
Now you can also have you tuned into the live stream so that you can
No.
see it? Oh, hello to anyone watching this in replay.
Hello, if you're watching yet.
Yeah, because no one watches this live. Let's get the framing a bit together. Let's get more scruffy.
Hopefully, Sammy
or Richard
and Daisy.
Hello, Sammy and Daisy.
Hopefully, you watch them.
Oh, have you got people in there?
I've got
Oh, we got people. You got humans.
Humans.
James Hobbs. Oh, you got
James,
and Christy.
Christy.
Gosh, that's 2-0 to you. Hewitt's represent.
Christy.
Oh, he says, "Hi, Grandad." James. Oh, maybe Christy's one of them.
Hello, Daisy.
Happy New Year, guys. Hello, Flying Rally. Hang on, I don't want to lean over the damn thing. I'm going to. Can we enlarge the text?
Yeah, we
don't want to see ourselves, do we? Probably not. Options button. Pop out chats. What does that mean? Oh,
press the wrong button now.
Press the wrong button syndrome.
Oh, no.
That doesn't even pop the chat out. It's a. Oh, can we enlarge it?
You've broken it.
Oh, we can enlarge. Oh, and now we need to enlarge the text. We're laughing. Keep typing, everyone. We'll get to you in a moment. We're just having slight difficulties. Right. So how do we enlarge text on the Mac? You do view, zoom in. Oh yeah, that's working. Was it Command plus? Yes. Oh yes. Oh, now we're cooking on gas. You can now pin a message to the top. Yes. Right, Control plus Control. All right, we've now got the text big.
Oh man, it's big, isn't it?
Michael Pearson, hello. OKT Kaikora. And Alex Jones from Texas. Yes.
Texas.
Thank you for telling the truth to the world, Alex Jones. Michael Pearson.
Main thing is, my little Daisy is there. That's the main thing.
I am missing Cumbrain, my man. You knows it, Clark. You knows it. We're talking 3 Gregs, Gwent Square, the Square Pub. Oh,
sausage rolls.
Yeah. Well, whatever you have in there. Say something. Oh, I've got to say something.
Can we have a little picture of that we can see?
You get that. If you watch the live stream, you've got to tune into the live stream on your device. You go to the Socks with Sandals channel now.
Yeah.
Oh, right. This is brilliant. It's working really well. So we got the text big on the laptop.
Yes.
We can't see ourselves. It doesn't matter. You've gone all high tech. Very impressive. Thank you, Flying Sheep Rally. Matthew Preston, thumbs up. Oh, he's in Oxfordshire. Disappointingly, Oxford's the heart of England, I'll have you know. That's coming from a Welshman. The heart of England. Yeah, turn the volume down, Richard. Hey, Boomer, turn the volume down on your live stream. Yeah.
It's a time lapse.
Yeah, there is. So you've got to now find the text. But you've got to, because all you've got is the.
That's what I need, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh no, you just wanted to look at yourself, didn't you? Yeah, that's all right. So let's have a look at let's have a look at what the Boomer's looking at.
It's weird because it's a different time.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Well, yeah, you are time lagged, but nonetheless, So
I've got 5 seconds.
Indeed. So that's what we're seeing. Oh, can we get picture in picture? Can we go? We go. Oh, where's the camera on this thing on the left? Oh, that's quite disorientating.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, along with the time lag as well. Right.
We're back there again.
We're back there. Now we have to get it back in frame.
Right, yeah,
with a time lag.
And we're the other way round.
Aren't we? No, we're actually the correct way round in there because only mirrors do lateral inversion, not cameras.
Now, what we're the wrong way around here then?
Again,
because you're sitting on my right, but here
I am on your right on the screen. Okay, raise your right hand and point it to me. Point it to me, yeah. And wait 4 seconds. Yeah.
No, my hand's on my lap at the moment.
All right. So, don't neglect the chat. So, John
Tim.
Selvin, hi, Tim, Richard, good afternoon. Yeah, everything's bigger and better in Texas, Alex. Con Colin, Master Nova.
Well, where's my munchies?
Yo, Tim and Richard and Scruffy.
I'm going to munchies stacks now. I'm out of food.
Time till lunchtime. Oh, that reminds me. I've got some vegetable juice for my lunch, which I'm going to quaff. Rita from Canada. Sorry about. Right, and here's Scruffy, the star of Richard's channel. Yeah. And if you want to know how great it is holidaying in Britain, this is January. There's my van next door, right? If you can see it through the drizzle. And there is the North Sea coast and Walcott Beach. And the fog gives the visibility of...
that fog only just come down.
Yes, the fog's come down with the rain, and it's reduced the visibility to under a mile. Can't even see the ships out there anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, but you can see there's a few... Of course, the British are extremely stiff upper lip, and they're here holidaying nonetheless, and they'll even go to the shop across the road and buy an ice cream. Now that might seem strange to foreigners.
I haven't seen anybody with an ice cream.
Right, I've got the palaver of putting the laptop back and waiting for the time lag to know that we're in the picture. There. Yes. Don't touch my laptop.
Let me push it like that.
You didn't.
That's a little bit. It's a bit
you
better.
did. You did a good thing, and I'm sorry I bumped
you. Bloody bad.
I thought you were being a boomer. But actually, rightly or wrongly, you did the correct thing. Thank you.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
right, catch up with the chat. Pete James, did you keep your crypto? I kept my crypto. Right, I put about £200 in crypto and lost 74 quid. But that's only because I took most of it out, because crypto's devalued about 70%. And I kind of, just it started to go off the cliff. I panicked sold, and I managed to, just reduce my loss to 74 quid out of 200. It's not bad. So I rescued 130 quid from crypto. Captain Caveman, who has binge watched my entire anthology twice. So Captain Caveman has seen 2,000 of my videos gone right around. Wow. My chihuahuas would like your dog. Oh, Rita's chihuahuas. Ruff, 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 ruff. John Salvin. Hi, Tim. I've watched your channel from the start when you moved out of the flat to build a van. Whoa, that's us. What do you think, John? Tell me what you think of the past 3 years that we've all gone through and why. Stuart Hutchinson. Hi, Guy. Hope you're both doing well. Happy January. Isn't it great? Does Richard buy his ciggies in bulk? No, actually, he sent me across the road to buy a pack of 20 the other day. And because I don't know anything about cigarettes, he gave me a tear off the packet so I could ask for some more.
I bet you felt like when your mum was sent you for a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, I felt like I was 13. So, it's not for me, it's for my mum. Yeah. More than 12. More than Caveman. I gave you a direct order after you did the second binge watch not to go around again.
More than twice now.
Yeah, he's been around the binge watch, and of course that as he gets around, by the time he arrives at the end, it's longer and longer and longer. So you're in like increasing spirals of binge watching. Wow.
So poor Captain Caveman's seen me before.
Well, the good thing is if I forget what's happened to my life, I can just ask Captain Caveman.
Yeah. Getting made notes.
And the chat runs dry.
Oh, well,
we've obviously still got internet because we're on your
on real life.
Yeah. Let's show you the rain out the front of the van. Oh. This boomer stuck his foot right out there.
Oh,
Tripped me right up. Health and safety violation. Oh yeah. Let's have a look at the rain out the front. What a lovely day. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, so this is the wide angle view of Richard's motorhome. Isn't it nice? Real nice here. He's got all his control of hot water and heating there. Got a 4-hob stove, oven underneath, gas oven. Yeah, nice.
Grill.
Yeah, grill here. Obviously, lots of overhead storage. Fridge.
Cupboard full of stuff.
Is it private?
Just full of stuff.
Full of stuff. Not very much stuff as well. There's plenty of space left in there.
Oh, tins of food.
Yeah.
Like that lot. Again, that bottle of Coke, please.
Huh?
What's that bottle of Coke? Can you please?
A bottle of Coke from there, yes. Yes.
Well, you get my full monitoring.
Yes. Now, to Johnny Foreigner watching this, this is a beautiful British meal. It's the full Monty. It's a full English breakfast in a can.
You get eggs,
sausages,
mushrooms, bacon,
black pudding, beans. Yeah, hash browns. Is that bacon a lot?
How much all got in there?
Yeah, it's quite a filling little breakfast, that is.
Put some new sponge with it sometimes.
Ah.
And that sort of fills it out a bit more.
All right, we're going to have to move the bottles so they can see us again.
Oh, we've got some more questions.
Oh.
You sit down.
Any job prospects, Tim? Are you having a rest first? Oh, no, I'm always applying for jobs, man. Yeah, I mean, I'd like 5 days off just chilling out here at the beach. But yeah, I want to get back on my horse pretty soon. Who's the Irish shadow? Is it you, Tim? February 19th, all will be revealed. Saw it on Joe Rogan. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, Burma. I don't know. Don't know what the hell. Do you know what he's talking about there?
No.
Who's the Irish shadow? Irish shadow.
Will be revealed.
Well, I think when there was a spud famine and the coal mines started, producing in earnest. I think my grandmother's grandfather was Irish. He was like a fiddler, drinker, fighter. Can you imagine? But that's it. So I'm like 1 part in 1024 Irish. I am as Irish as.
Oh, Stu?
No, as who was that? Elizabeth Warren. Yes, the American Senator Elizabeth Warren. I'm as Irish as she is Native American. And only people who concentrate on the news will get that joke, Richard. Richard's famous for not knowing what's going on.
Oh, well, listen.
Famous.
Going on one of your rants that no one listens to them. You still there, Daisy? Yeah, she's looking very chilled, Wayne.
Go on there. Oh, Wayne.
Where are you going now?
Looking at Scruffy. Any of Richard's family present? Hewitt posse represent.
Yeah, YouTube. You still there, Daisy? I hope you are. She's thrown up today.
Has she thrown up today?
No.
No. That was just the once where I bought her a nice Christmas treat.
Really, that one off.
It was, yeah. It was an kind of really over. It had a picture of the same dog on the cover, so I thought it'd be fine.
Yeah.
And the trouble is with dogs is they're never hungry or full, so they just eat till they're sick.
And it was a very rich food as well, wasn't it?
It was rich. It was all like a turkey and pate and.
I mean, you don't normally just have like a joined vegetable.
Yeah.
A bit of rabbit.
It was pretty much all. It was basically a Christmas dinner for dogs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Buzz. Good afternoon, you two young gentlemen. Hope you're doing your okay. Yes. With the okay sign. Don't get confused with the lefties. That is okay. Don't, yeah, people get triggered by that.
Oh, that.
Sort of land
Daisy.
land whale feminist with blue hair.
Daisy's still there, for goodness sake.
Hey.
Good.
Is Daisy called James Hobbs?
That's her father's channel name.
Yeah. Hello, John.
Because Daisy's too young to have her own YouTube channel.
Oh, I know some children who've got YouTube channels.
Yeah, but not supposed to. Not supposed to have grown-up ones, because some of the things aren't suitable for children.
Yeah, I mean, I know. There's some friends of mine, the Patels in Wellington.
Oh, yeah.
Their children watch my channel, so I always try and keep it as clean as possible.
Yeah.
You know.
How old are you, Daisy? Are you 9 or 10? Oh, God, I don't remember. She changed it every year.
Richard, you take over the channel for a bit. You entertain people because...
Me entertain people?
Yeah, don't forget, people, this is a cynical attempt to draw attention to Richard Hewitt's channel. This is Richard Hewitt Easy Van Life.
Oh, that's the point, yeah.
Richard's...
don't get to look at my channel. Some of the latest stuff isn't so good, but I'll do a nice trip around Scotland, which was, 6 months ago, which I thought came out really well. And I've done a few trips around Wales. At dinner time, she might as well give us an update on the big toenail. No, we don't want that. Is that looking
right, big toenail update.
No,
Colin wants a big toenail. I'm sorry, Richard. We're having a big toenail update.
It's a children watching.
Well, children can laugh at my big toenail because people who don't know, 2 years ago, I injured it on some barbed wire in a forest. And with that, I didn't give it any treatment whatsoever, just to see if it would heal.
Yes, John, no big toenails.
Just to see if it would heal naturally. So see if I can do my little kung fu kick out to the side there. Oh, I don't know if
playing in the cloud.
God, it's a long time since I've held out a side kick that long. And if you don't believe it, you don't believe I was doing it, I'll do it facing the camera. Are you ready?
Can't believe it. My two favourite channels. What was the school Christmas meal? What did yours celebrate together? But the Christmas are all great for you. Well, what really room?
Two favourite channels, Richard.
That's Richard and Richard.
Yeah.
There won't be enough room in one van for three of us at the dinner. But the scores for the Christmas dinner, I'd say 10 out of 10.
Oh, perfect. Oh, Charlie did
an amazing job with the dinner.
Yeah.
He even did the roast spuds from
he did it all. And he split the potatoes into roasters and boiled potatoes. Yeah. Incredible.
So I thought treat by you doing your besses, already done.
That was great.
Frozen, but no.
We had 2 starters, main course, and then 4 dessert courses. That was a monster Christmas meal.
That was the vegetables all steamed.
Yeah.
It was really very, very nice. 10 out of 10.
If you're taking a request now, how about a live slop out?
No.
Richard, do you have a wee bottle?
No, not here.
No.
I don't do that here.
Right. Richard doesn't do it. Because don't forget, Richard's grandchildren are watching, so any adult or puerile humour must be curtailed.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We are sensible people with a sensible life.
And this is the place you wouldn't do a slop out. Not here.
Well, there's no one on the beach. Look at it, it's absolutely deserted.
You wouldn't do it here anyway.
It's the middle of January, and it's like freezing drizzle and fog.
Thank you, John.
Yeah.
She's 9. I don't think she's 9. Yeah. She's the loveliest girl you ever meet.
And
she's polite. She'd do anything for anybody. She helps Mum out with Ruben, her little brother. She helps out. She's amazing. Takes Scruffy out for walks for me.
Look at the people.
Yes, I should be looking at
Yes.
people. You know, right.
Yeah. I don't care.
Daisy.
I don't care what you have to say, Richard. This is for the viewers.
Is a fantastic girl. The swim. Salami. Where are you, please? Well, a place called Walcott, which is on the Norfolk coast. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Keep talking. You were mentioning where we were, Richard.
Yeah, it's literally right on the coast. You can see, if this wall wasn't here, but the sea would splash us when the tide's high. The tide's on the way where it's going up at the moment. All those wooden sticks, you see, the sea defences, they do disappear when the tide goes up. Going Jaffa cakes. No, I'm going to Jaffa cakes. No. It's my lovely Sammy, this is.
Yeah. Sweet.
I'm going to Jaffa cakes. Not fair. I bought some cheap ones, some what do you want to say? You know, like the Happy Shopper ones or whatever. They weren't bad. They were quite nice. Not as good as the Pucker Jaffa cake, but they weren't bad.
Yeah, so if you'd like to listen to some more chat like that, head over to Richard Hewitt's channel, and he can talk about Jaffa cakes for 8 minutes straight, and he can talk about the groins that hold the sand in on the sea defence for eight minutes straight.
Well, you told me to speak to
exactly
people.
No,
why are you doing your thing?
Well, exactly. I'm advertising the quality content that you put out without being sarcastic.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
Oh, I was. Okay, I was. Yes. But not derisory. I was being endearingly jocular.
Nudge, hungry chaps.
Yeah, HV100 thinks I'm very rude. That's correct, HW100.
Sandy's DIY vlogs. Happy birthday.
Sandy, Sandra from where I used to work.
Oh,
hello.
Your birthday?
No, she always sings happy birthday to me.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Tim. Nudge, laugh out loud. The waving hands.
Yeah. Good to see you again, Sandra. Obrigado, Sandra.
Oh, is she the Asian lady?
No, no, Sandra's from Portugal.
Oh, well.
And she was my supervisor when I was. Hey, obrigado, mi amigo. Yes, exactly. She was a Portuguese supervisor of mine where I was working.
I'm Portuguese.
Yeah.
Wow.
How's the van, Tim? Well, as you called me rude, I'm going to give you that. Right, next. He called me rude. So
you were rude.
You were like, I'm going to live up to. I'm going to live up to HW's reputation by ignoring his question and not answering it and giving him the V's. Right, someone else.
The van's okay. I know for a fact. I should have gotten you back, John.
Don't answer rude people who accuse me of being rude, Richard.
You were rude.
Oh.
Hey, look, Tim, calm down, please. See, even Sandy's saying calm down.
Sorry.
And H1 is asking a perfectly civil question.
Sorry, Sandra.
I want to ask H1 properly, please. Sometime today.
Okay.
No, not me.
H1.
No. Why do you have to be rude? Yeah, you are. There you are, rude again. You're right there, H100.
Yeah. You can have that, and you can keep it, HW100. Shane Gallagher. All right, guys.
Oh, is he famous?
Yeah, he's the guitarist of Oasis. Yeah, what have you been doing the last 20 years, Shane Gallagher? Yeah. Compose some more songs and sing them, and get your silly, overactive brother to play along with you.
And Alex Jones.
Okay, but not to do any more.
The singer, the cowboy singer.
Thank you, Sandra.
There's a snowman.
Don't feed the troll, Tim. Tim is not playing with a full deck. Okay, Here's your last warning, HW100.
No.
No, I got to give it to him.
No. It's telling the truth.
Look, the reason you're...
He's not being rude.
No.
He's doing it nice, saying it nicely.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Right.
That's not being nasty.
You have a chance to improve your personality before your next comment, HW100. And that's it. Right. Sammy, would you ever consider heating to the northeast? Well, it certainly needs warming up. It's quite cold there, isn't it? Red car area.
I was there a while ago.
Yeah.
In the heat of the summer, when it got really hot, I was from in my car to the Gore, is it called? Or Gare. Like the peninsula.
The peninsula out there, yes, I've been there. But
I was there for a week.
Yeah, I was actually there before the whatever you think happened in 2020. I was working on a job in 2019 up in Durham, and I had a good look around the area in my Beamer. Yeah.
H100. Well, I thought you believed in freedom of speech.
Yeah.
It's a perfect answer.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. That means you can't stop the trolls being twats.
He's not a troll.
Isn't he? Okay, in that case, Richard says you're not a troll and you're allowed to continue with the personality.
And your freedom of speech.
Yeah. Adventures in Van Diesel. Simon. Do you know what, Simon? I'm loving the jacket. I'm loving the Transformer. I've charged a laptop today. That Transformer's lasted more than any other laptop Transformer ever. And I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Do
you have any issues with the police in the park up? No, I never have any attitude with the police anymore, because what I do to them is I switch my GoPro on and instantly it's, have I committed any offences, constable? Get in charge of the conversation like that. Remind them that their job is to enforce the common law in accordance with the oath of their constabulary. And if they want to just have a chit chat with you, just say, oh yeah, that's very interesting, but I'm busy. Wind the window up, carry on, ignore them. All right. If they've already admitted that they're not here to arrest you on suspicion of breaking the common law, that's the end of the conversation.
If you dare say that to the police.
Yeah, and if any of you have friends who are police officers, you know, right? You can't tell them that you do this. You can't tell them you do that, because they'll just be bored one day and their sergeant will say, you know, you're a bit low on the arrest count. Yeah. What about your neighbour, Simon?
Hang on, but we were on Stanton for 2 days, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we were,
weren't we? I had no problem with them.
No,
I mean, if you read the notice, this time of year you can stay there.
Yeah,
there's no.
But the thing is, the police will approach you even if you're behaving lawfully, and that's the point. You've got to remind them that you're behaving lawfully with a camera filming them. And ask if you're being arrested on suspicion of breaking the law, and then end the conversation there. There's no point in having an interesting chat with a police officer. They're never off duty. You just never get involved. Just trouble. So you just dismiss them, and that's the end of it. Richard doesn't know that. Hey, Ian. Yeah, we are well. In rude health, thank you.
Yeah, the Gare is ugly.
Yes,
it is very ugly.
My supervisor, my bossy Portuguese supervisor, Sandra, says everyone give Tim a like, and he will say thank you. So let's see what the count is. So,
it seems a little chocolate pizza.
Yeah, exactly. Correct, Andrew Locke. Yeah.
Must have been unlucky, or perhaps it was the only band that maybe stood out.
Yeah.
I suppose I thought.
Yeah, Simon, next time the pigs come up at you, right, just camera out in their face. Am I under arrest for suspicion of breaking a common law? Constable. Never call them officer, because that means you're in a contractual agreement where you're the customer and then they can bill you. You never say that. They're constable. They're public servants enforcing the common law. Nothing else. They can't do statutes. They can't do regulations. None of it.
But make sure your vehicle is perfectly legal.
Yeah.
Good tyres. You haven't been drinking.
Yeah, but then you're entering into criminal offences. So.
But what I was saying is, if you're awkward to the police, they can easily just have a little look on your vehicle. It's like that windscreen wiper's defective. £50 fine.
Yeah, but you film them. You film them. You film them doing it, and then so then you know it's vindictive, because they're they're getting revenge on you for dismissing
Well,
them
yeah,
for
yeah,
not
but if
doing their job.
your vehicle's illegal, or your windscreen washers don't work, they're frozen up, or they run out of water, that is actually a criminal offence. Well, not criminal offence, a motoring offence.
Yeah, you have to dismiss them if you ask them if they're here to arrest you for a common law offence, and if they're not, they're dismissed, and that's the end of the matter. Richie, you don't. There's no, like Andrew Locke says, there's no conversation, no chat with the police, none of them. Right, my live chat is way behind. I'm still on Colin Birmingham asking me to see the toenail. Yeah, I mean, I've got my live stream running here, and my chat's way off. Right, who have we ignored? Siami. I tried to join the police, but failed the interview. I fell for a trick question. I confessed to knowing who my biological father was. Oh, love the joke. Love the joke.
God, but
it's like they said, it's a question like, are you a fascist? You ticked no. Wrong.
So, the conversion like Ads Adventures on YouTube. You know Ads Adventures?
Yeah, I watch Ads Adventures. I'm subscribed to Ads Adventures. Yeah, he's a chirpy chappy. He gets on with it. Yeah.
What sort of van's he got?
I think it's an old Transit Connect, or no, it's a new Transit Connect.
Oh, well, it's just a similar size. Well,
yeah, it's a bit bigger than mine.
A few inches bigger, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was another chap. I was Indy Van Jones.
Indy Van A. Jones. Yeah, I watch him as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually met him.
Yeah.
And got talking to him. We both found out who got YouTube channels, so we joined together. And he was in his Connect then. It's at Madewell, Northampton. And now he bought a VW Grafter, isn't he? Like a Mercedes Sprinter. And he just started the conversion now. It's a VW Caddy.
Yes.
Which is how long have we lived in your camper van? It's 2 years and September, October, and December. Yeah, 2 years, 4 months.
Yeah. Flying Sheep Rally wants to know what are our favourite places to stay in the UK, Richard?
Where did you say that? Oh, yeah, I can see that. Favourite places to stay in the UK. I did a trip up to Scotland, so I weren't sure how the Scottish people themselves were going to be like. They're amazing, lovely people. Actually, you feel so welcome up there. So I wouldn't be making my back at her again. I did Dumfries and Galloway, the bottom bit.
And Solway Firth, that's beautiful.
And Solway, very, very nice. The park up there are brilliant.
Yeah.
They let you park almost anywhere. There's hardly any restrictions. I love Norfolk. Well, we are at the moment. The whole of Norfolk, the people are so nice. Laid back. I'll call people here laid back. You don't get any Karens.
No.
Don't you get many?
That's true. The women are cool here. That is,
yeah.
Yeah, I have missed Karens. I really have missed them.
And the pace of life here
is
different. As soon as you get into Norfolk, the pace of life slows down. Everybody's more relaxed. There's less traffic about.
I mean, to me as a Welshman, it feels like the Wales of the East. You know, the whole of East Anglia just feels like a little bit of Wales just out from England on the east. The same as Wales is, you know, the chilled out part of Britain on the west.
Yeah, I love the Mid Wales and Anglesey. Anglesey is very good. First time I went there, I couldn't find my way about. I couldn't. What do you know? I couldn't get me into where to park or anything. Then I went there again. I soon found another place.
With me, and I showed you how you can park anywhere.
I showed you Malfrey.
Well, I showed you.
You
showed me Malfrey, the fishing village.
An actual amazing place, Malfrey. And that other one I saved last year, a few days, is it Alnwick? Actually, stay on the harbour.
Al-Mukh.
Oh, yeah, that thing. That was rather nice. So, I don't mind Stonehenge. Lots of places.
Oh yeah, Stonehenge is great. Like if you're saying if you're a van lifer who doesn't YouTube and you like bored of having no communication with the van lifers because you can't be arsed to find out how to publish videos, or you don't have the confidence or the ability, whatever reason, right? Head to the Drove at Stonehenge, and it will just be a non-stop party of van lifers. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's good for that.
Yeah.
And don't go further south than Stonehenge. You're wasting your time.
Well, Chalky likes to do the South Coast. He enjoys that. Yeah.
Well, we went down there to see him. Yeah, it was awful.
You've got the New Forest there. You've got
we can't stop.
You've got Chesil Beach.
There's just nowhere to stop.
Oh, really?
That Chesil Beach, we stopped there for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Awful.
Awful.
Oh, it's a horrible place. But the whole of the South Coast to see is really rough, massive waves, unwelcoming. You know what I mean?
I like it. It's dramatic. I love it because just after Weymouth, going west, you're then facing the Atlantic, and the sea starts to get really angry, and it's gorgeous to look at, in my opinion.
Well, I've been going a bit too much now, haven't we?
Yes, but no. To answer that question, Flying Sheep, that's a great question.
Yeah,
I must say,
a very good question.
The best part of the UK is all of it, except the diversity is our strength areas. I've been avoiding them, like London, forget it.
No,
Birmingham, forget it.
Yeah.
Bradford and Leeds, forget it. Yeah.
Oh, I spent a week in Staffordshire.
Cardiff,
not bad.
Cardiff, forget it. Staffordshire, those, yeah. I mean, that's,
I was amazed
that was
the
beautiful.
amount of places in Staffordshire where you could go and be out of the way.
But Staffordshire's rural though, and it goes up into the Peaks National Park, which is beautiful.
The Peak National Park is very nice.
Yeah, and if you're in the Peak District, head to the car park below Mam Tor. That's another little van life paradise there, where you're going to meet Brian, our kid, on Manchester Van Life.
He hasn't been there for a while.
Yeah, Falmouth's okay. I went down to Falmouth when I did my this time last year when I did my off-season travels around Devon and Cornwall.
No, cool, yeah, but you got a van, haven't you?
Yeah.
My motorhome and Cornwall and Devon don't go together.
No, because it's all hills, and the parking spaces are harder to find.
Very hard to find.
But for me, and just my
if you've got a little van,
I can park anywhere.
I bet you've got a VW T4, T5. That'd be like the maximum sort of size.
And also, I can get into residential car parks where they have like a 2-meter barrier.
Yeah.
So
again, you can in VWs, can't you?
Yeah. The VWT somethings are just under 2 meters. They're about
just
6 foot 1, so you're 6'2", so you can just get under them. Yeah. And the transits can as well. The low height transits can get under those.
Yeah.
Been down to the Isle of Wight. Actually, I have. I was there in my Beamer about 6 years ago when I worked in Bournemouth, and I had a trip over to the Isle of Wight. That's lovely, especially the south coast of the Isle of Wight is just the most paradise scenic drive. I'd say second to only in the United Kingdom to the North Antrim coast for scenic drives. Yeah,
nice.
Beautiful. The southwest coast of Isle of Wight, because it's quite busy on the east coast. That's where most of the population live, and then it's quite deserted on the south and west.
Wow.
Where the lighthouses and the needles are, and beautiful place.
I was told last year that I must go there to Isle of Wight, and I went into the ferry thing, and it was like £260.
Yeah.
Take my motorhome to Isle of Wight.
I think when I had a car, it was a 2-ton car. It was 65 quid, and that was 6 years ago. So with inflation, that'd be 100 now just for a car. So
that straight away put me off going to the Isle of Wight.
Yeah, the military roads on the Isle of Wight. Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in the Isle of Man in the 90s on motorbikes.
Oh yeah,
absolutely amazing. It's all old Viking things there, and a very, very not backward life. Go back in time almost life, the Isle of Man, but I couldn't do that in this machine.
No, because the ferry would be ridiculous money, wouldn't it?
Well, a bike in the early 90s was over £100.
I go in the middle of the night. It's a 40 quid crossing. Now that is a top tip from a pro.
That's a difference.
Orchid T Kaiora, whatever that means. Are you a Maori? What a name, Orchid Tikaora. Sounds Maori. Sandy, Sandra.
Blimey.
Ruff. Ah.
You're right, it's a Maori.
Yeah.
They're up in New Zealand.
Yeah. Oh, he is. Ah, Kia ora.
They're the ones that stick a tongue out at you.
They do the. Would you like to do an impression? Your impression of a Maori haka dance, Richard?
There you go.
For
do that, don't they did it for the Queen, didn't they? You think well, it's a bit rude, sticking his tongue out at the Queen. But it's the national thing is that that's what living in the UK would not be proud to be Kiwi. After state.
Oh God, what Jacinda Ardern has done to New Zealand is a disgrace, an absolute disgrace. Well, you wouldn't notice because you were pro-vax at the time, so you wouldn't have noticed. But what she did to the purebloods was something disgraceful.
What's that?
She turned it into an apartheid of the purebloods and the injected.
Oh, really?
Where the injected had all the privilege, had the freedoms they had before, but what she did was she made life really hard for the purebloods. Absolutely awful. But we defied.
He said, "I've got some good tongue action." Look.
Good tongue action. I can't do that. Hey, that's cultural appropriation.
Oh, you naughty
treacles. Naughty treacles. Oh, Jan Brand, naughty treacles. I have some friends who couldn't even get a haircut because she was not vaccinated. Oh, that's disgraceful. Sandra in amongst it with the icons. And Sandra, you want to see some dog cuddles? Here's some dog cuddles. Thank you, Scruffy.
Scruffy going to club.
Yeah.
I think she'd foul this. There's a Scruffs, isn't there, as well? She should foul the whole lot.
Well, she's one of the nicest personalities of all the dogs in Britain. I took Scruffy for a run. I suppose she's 19 years old. I thought I'd just take her for a poo and a walk on the beach, right? She was running with me.
You were running along.
Running fast on the sand, and Scruffy was. How are her legs going, Richard?
Yeah, so fast.
Yeah, go on. No, Richard, you were showing me.
Yeah, I'll watch him from this angle. My legs were going like this.
Yeah, and I was running fast, and she was going for it.
She was, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Full-time tone.
Full-time tone. Oh, a new commenter, full-time tone. I haven't seen you in the comments before. Full-time tone X. Good afternoon.
That's not kiss them.
Yeah.
Yes,
it could be a creepy stalker or a pufter. What do you think's more likely?
You'd have to say pufter on this?
Well, you can because YouTube is an American platform and pufter isn't in the American dictionary because it's British slang.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Right. Hope we haven't offended full-time.
Hope we haven't offended any blue-head land whale snowflakes.
But H100 hasn't come back for a while, has he?
No, he hasn't. No, HW100, come back and
please.
Yes, and judge my personality for me. Thank you.
Don't judge his personality. You will get thrown off YouTube.
No, won't. No, I don't mind. As long
if he tells the truth.
As long as it's not nasty. Well, but there have been some real nasty tards. My tard bin now is up to about 100, and I let them back out once, back into the comments, and immediately it was just pure vitriol. I mean, just jealous, nastiness, vindictiveness. There was no need of any of it. And you had one the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, nasty piece of work. We won't even talk about what he said because he's just nasty, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was very nice.
They said he tried it on 3 times as well because the thing is that with these tards, right, their life is all about keyboard typing and finding a way to insult people until they find a way that upsets you, right? That's just their thing. I shudder to think how much of my brain I'd have to have taken out to become that. It's just shocking. But yeah, I mean, we saw one of those in action. What he does, he'll try different angles of attack until he finds something hurtful. Just disgraceful.
Then he mentioned about Scruppy should be put down or something.
No, shall I quote it?
No, why not? It was something like that.
Well, it was too. If your grandchildren are watching, I won't even say it because it was awful. Awful.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you don't need people like
that. He got
that.
deleted immediately.
Yeah. You just don't need people like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, basically, all you lovely people commenting here, even including HW100, I want this channel to be a nice place where you can all meet nice people and have a chat, and you're not just talking to tards who are going to try and find your channel and wind you up horribly. I mean, they will search you, especially if you have real friendships in real life, like my friendship with the lovely Richard Hewitt here.
Be careful what you say. Don't touch me. I get a wrong idea.
Yeah, we are well, Philip Evans. Nice people like me. Sandra, you are a nice person.
Yeah, you sound like a nice person. What's that congratulations in up with time?
What is the Portuguese for Sandra? You are a nice person.
Blind Sheep Rally. Do you watch other van life YouTubers? Yes. No. I'll watch them to get good ideas. Well, the time I've been in doing it, I don't need any really, but there's always someone comes out with a good idea, isn't there? Yeah, I won't have thought of that. I'll try that or whatever.
Yeah, that was the biggest shocker for me. Is I didn't know there was such a phenomenon. I suddenly realised that I was declared non-essential, right? No income coming in, just a few grand saved up, and I thought, well, I'm not going to waste this all on rent. So I got that little thing for under $1,000, and insured it.
Before fellows looked like just disappearing.
Okay. Yeah, and I was shocked because I didn't know what I was doing, and everyone was writing hints in the comments on how I can improve my van and offers to help, and it was brilliant. Chalky put the roof rack on. Another van lifer, Peaky Part-Timers, he found the roof rack for me. Devendra Patel found the solar panel for me and paid for it, and the wires. That was amazing. And another one who isn't a van lifer, but he watches van life because he enjoys all the problem solving we have to get up to. It was a chap called JB Smith in Colchester, and he did all the electronics for me and the diesel heater and everything. That was a fantastic job. Yeah, he was welding and he's an amazing electrical technician. Amazing.
£400 return on the ferry Isle of Man.
Spent 3 months while camping.
So you get about okay. I've seen van drivers go over there. But in smaller vans, and it looks a bit tight round there.
Andrew and Barbara, hi Tim. Yeah, so to the other question about what van lifers do you watch? I mean, it's mainly the ones I've met in person. I like following Richard and Charlie and Chalky, and there's a couple of Canadians I watch. I like to watch Chrome Valdez and Cruz, the dog.
The one with dog,
Van City Van Life.
That's English Bulldog, isn't it?
It's English Bulldog, yeah. And I memean, he's a little bit sort of extrovert for me. He's like, "What's up, weirdos? I'm so freaking stoked."
What sort of MPG do you get out of your motor, Richard? Just a quickie. Average over 2,000 or 3,000 miles. It's about 35. I've seen 40 on good days and down to 33 on bad days. But the average on my computer says 35 most of the time.
That's pretty good.
Richard, if you could be any famous leader in history, who would you be and why? Same question to Tim. Blimey. It's going to be Winston Churchill, isn't it? One of the greatest leaders we ever had. And he saved us in the war. It was down to him, where he's go around visiting the troops, not hiding anywhere. So everyone would have known where he was in Whitehall And it was just always it came out as a very genuine bloke.
Mm.
I mean, some of his speeches, which also helped the British win the war as well. Not just the British, the British and their allies win the war.
Definitely.
He's go out and visited the troops. Actually, go over to France and all that, being in the thick of it, actually visiting the troops as a real life man. He was an amazing man. What about you, Tim?
Well, famous leaders. The thing is, I mean, these people had an amazing strength of character, you know, that led them to define entire nations through their actions and their words and their legacy. And you know, I think we shouldn't just think, oh, well, as much as great as it is to admire other people for what they've done, is also to develop your character so that, you know, you carve your life into something that's livable. You know, even through disaster, I think that's where men are truly defined, is how they deal with disaster and adversity. Adversity. Yes, and it's that.
So you answer after all that.
Well, it isn't.
Lost me.
I think, you know, as amazing it is to admire the people in the past, I think being one is a different issue, because you don't know what it's like to be someone else, because they're only who they are because of the battles they've overcome in their personal, professional, you know, and nation's life. But at the time as well, you know. I mean, don't forget, back then, Abraham Lincoln was the Republican president who freed the slaves 50 years after William Wilberforce in Great Britain freed them. So, you know, I mean, to even think that back then half the country of the United States thought the slaves were an acceptable thing, because it was in the Bible. The Bible gives you instructions on how to keep slaves, how to whip them, how to hurt them. Jeez.
Yeah, I think that's enough of that now.
Yeah, so if I were to be a great leader in history, I would be Jesus, but I wouldn't make the same mistake Jesus would, right? Is I would stand up for the pufters. I would stand up against people who wanted to own slaves. There's so much that Jesus didn't do. He said he didn't come to change the scriptures one jot or one tittle. You know, render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's, his kingdom's in heaven. No. On earth as it is in heaven, Jesus. Yeah.
Please thumbs up. We cannot pay nothing for that.
Please thumbs up. You don't pay no. Thank you, Sandra. Sandra's reminding you to like. Oh,
I've full-time term. The Van Life movement is massive. Yes.
It is.
I've been a full-timer for 16 years.
Yeah. And basically, that's only because successive governments have messed up the housing crisis. There's no need to get into this ridiculous solution, because really it's more of a housing solution than
not tourism.
Than a tourism. For you, is tourism perhaps, but also you've got out of a housing situation.
I actually sold my house. To do this.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to.
Well, I mean, you're a boomer. You were back in the age where it was possible to buy houses and still have an ordinary job. You know, I mean, now it's horrible that what the housing situation has done to the millennials and the Gen Z is absolutely criminal. So. Yeah, I mean,
no one else.
Yeah.
No one else forced me to do it or anything. Yeah. It's my decision.
Yeah.
To do this, and I had a perfect good house.
I mean, but there are a lot of people who live in houses, like say peaky part-timers. They have houses, and then they pot around in their vans for the weekends or for holidays.
Very nice. Yeah.
And that's a nice way of doing it. But for some people, there's no choices. They have to be in a van because the housing crisis is mental. And
it's not just affect me. I'm not interested.
No. Well, the thing is, you're a boomer. I'm talking anyone, 55 and under. It's just ridiculous.
Well, yeah. But this is actually a fantastic lifestyle, I think. Okay, so
Wayne Conley, Samal Alaikum, Wayne Conley. Not so bad, mate. To say you have to have a big living space.
Yeah.
You don't need a whole house to live, as we've proven.
I've got everything a house has got.
Adversity, correct.
I've got a bathroom in your shower.
Yeah.
Got a fridge, sink, hot water, cold water. I've got everything a normal house
electricity, solar. Yeah, it's lovely in here. Yeah. I mean, I don't live quite as well as Richard, but I mean, I still get on with doing everything I have to do.
Yeah.
I just have to find public toilets more often than Richard does.
Yeah. It's two ways of cracking the same nut, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, for me, I mean, the advantage of a tiny van is
you have the advantage of nearly anywhere.
Yeah, I have stealth. I mean, I can hide in residential, industrial, rural. I even did Lowestoft Police Headquarters, just there with the staff cars hidden away.
Yeah.
No one batted an eyelid. Yeah. So Siamese was happy with those answers. You're welcome, Si.
Good.
Full-time tone. I lost a business I had and ended up in the van and never went back to a house. Well, I mean, that's my story, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's mad.
See, Philip says, I feel for the next generation who will never be able to afford to get on the housing ladder.
Yeah, it's
but nuts. I think that's been like that for a long, long time.
It has.
It's not just recently.
Yeah. But I mean, look at you when you were younger. You were doing like motorcycle mechanics and stone delivery salesman and things like that.
I was a very, very busy person.
You're a busy person, but I mean, it wasn't high wage stuff. But nonetheless, you still got a house paid for. Whereas even say when I was in my 30s and I was a computer consultant on 50, 60 grand a year, no way could I afford a house.
You could have done that money, 50, 60,000 a year, or was it you couldn't prove it to the mortgage company that was going to be your reliable way?
Yeah, it's not reliable because it's just contracts here, contracts there. So what I decided to do is I looked at that, and also, if you're interested in the MGTOW movement, the men go their own way movement, is sort of after the age of 36, I looked at the British women, as say an option for marriage, and I thought, listening to the stories of all my friends and contemporaries from my 20s who'd grown up, did the mortgage and marriage thing, by the time they were 36, my age, the bitch took the house and the money, right? And looking at that, I thought there's just no point. So what I did was, instead of getting into that realm, of basically having a house so that you could be eligible to shallow bitches who could take it off you, what I decided to do was just, no, to hell with it. I'll just do my job during the summer, and then during the winter I'll bugger off doing snowboard holidays in Japan or motorcycle holidays around Asia. I mean, I explored all of Europe, all of India, North Africa, Turkey, Arab countries. I had a great laugh. Wouldn't go to the United States. That's mental.
But when you're going to laundrette again, I'm pretty much for you.
I mean, now, yeah, it's for me, it's not a big song and dance because I've done it several times. I just put it in there. It's a service wash. It comes back, less than 20 quid for loads, like a bag as big as two hands can carry. It's all my it's all my clothes. I mean, look at me now. I'm wearing this, right? And no one wears that on purpose unless it's laundry day. And so I got two huge bags that actually hurt my hands to carry them, just full and all my bedclothes as well that you saw me take out the other day after 6 months of the same bedclothes. My God, it never occurred to me that it was worth changing them. Didn't even
I've done mine over 2 weeks.
Yeah, it wasn't even on my radar. Not even on it. You know, like how Richard doesn't understand international politics. Did not even occur to me once to change my clothes. Yeah, MGTOW for life, Jan Brand. You got it.
It says, no, well, when you put nice clean sheets on, it's always nice to get in bed that night.
No, I don't notice because I only go to bed when I'm really tired, and then I just fall asleep, and that's the end of it. What's wrong with that T-shirt? Don't worry about it. You enjoy your personality, HW100. The rest of us could.
Don't go on him again, please. Yeah. Be nice to him.
Well, I'll be nice to him.
More than 50 people, more than 50 people here, and just 29 likes.
Thank you, Sandra, for monitoring my like ratio.
I think it should be a lot more likes.
In your live stream. Oh, Sandra, I watched your live stream as well. A lot of Brazilians in there, and I was, yeah. Good luck with your live streams as well, Sandra.
What's this MG2 for life?
Don't worry about it. Oh, it means men go their own way. It's It means, well, it's pretty much what we're doing is where you think that that white women are just not an option. Just forget it. All they are is drama, trouble, and waste of money and litigation. Just forget it. Forget it.
800 says, sorry, but you seem to have a problem with me.
Yeah, don't worry.
I
He's
haven't got a problem with him.
don't worry. Yeah, I know. He's the tard with the bad
Well,
personality.
I'm trying
It's
to
okay.
protect you. I'm trying to
Don't worry, Richard.
stand up for
Richard,
them.
it's a tard. Ignore them. Yes.
I haven't seen anything in me being a tard yet.
Oh, really? Did you enjoy that last question? Did you think that was a fair question for that tard to write to you?
Or he's just trying to defend himself. What are you saying? Well, what did he say?
No, he said, Rich, you got a problem with him. He said, Richard, you got a problem with him. What have I done?
Yeah,
have you got a problem with him?
No,
I don't have a problem with it. I put it to you, HW100, that your problem is within yourself. Have that and keep it. Right, any more comments coming in? Right. If no one comments in the next 5 minutes, we can, oh, yes, oh, good. Do you have any plans for 2023 and beyond Norfolk? I find your collective spirits and views on life fascinating. Both different, but nevertheless, very interesting.
So I meant,
yeah. Don't read the tards out, Rich. It's pointless. They'll just keep coming back.
It hasn't been tard.
I said don't talk about the tards, Richard. Okay, right. All tards comments to Richard because I'm not interested in them. Right.
How many plans 2023
beyond Norfolk?
Beyond Norfolk.
I already read that one out, Richard, and that was the one that you should have answered instead of concentrating on the tards. So what are you doing in 23, Richard?
I think that was more for you because you got a light boy Norfolk person.
You're a light boy. Beautiful. Well, I'll just go where the job is, wherever the next job is now. Yeah, I mean, you know, I've done the living on the van on the dole thing, traveling around England and the United Kingdom in general, and that was great. And I got to meet all of you, especially the nice people. You know, wonderful.
I think you selected Norfolk because it's such a nice place to live your lifestyle, isn't it?
Actually, the entire reason was pragmatic because I was stuck in Bath, which is near my postal address, and my clutch had gone. And I figured out a way of how to drive my van without the clutch being attached. And and Simon of the Blake family, as he's commonly known, an old friend of mine for nearly 20 years, he worked at a parcel delivery company in Norfolk, and he set me up with an interview with his distribution manager.
By Philip Evans is going to see his grandchildren turned up. Cheers, mate. Thank you for calling in. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So it was because I had an interview over here, and then my van was broken down, so there's no point in driving it anymore. I just parked up somewhere. Actually, it was just under some trees opposite an Esso garage that had water and a bog. You know, and for me, that was perfect. All I needed. You know, I'll just go in there, buy some reduced price club biscuits, slightly damaged or crushed, whatever, and I'll just do that. Go to the bog, fill up my tanks of water, and I was happy there for a bit, just waiting for the driving school to call me so that I could go on this HGV, the 7.5 ton driving course, which I then did in April. And then when I got it, I mean, that was the condition of the interview, that I had to pass the 7.5 ton driving test, which I did. And then when I got back to the distribution manager, he said, oh, the offer's expired. Oh. So then I was stuck in Norfolk, you know, with a broken van and no job. And then the job centre decided to move me over to Norfolk Job Centre, and I was working out of there. And then they found me, you know, the minimum wage part-time job working in an Amazon sweatshop. Brilliant. But actually, that I was horrified that was the job centre found me, because it's you know, I was looking for jobs on my own, really hard to find them. But job centre found me that. I was horrified at the prospect of working for Amazon. But when I was there, the staff were brilliant. and the job itself has done really well. I think you know, the managers, but obviously they use feedback a lot to find the best way of moving parcels around. You know, that doesn't hurt the people who are doing it. I mean, I was injured 4 times doing it, but I kept coming back, and I got stronger and fitter. And once I was fit, I found it easy to do the job and enjoyed it, enjoyed the company, and that's why I ended up in Norfolk. Yes. Didn't realise you.
Richard H1. Yeah, yes, mate. Yeah, yeah. Getting up nearly 2.5 years now. Well, Tim, how long have you been?
No, we're not answering them, Richard. Don't forget, no tards. All right. So
I'll answer them. You don't.
right.
So Amazon,
good to see you,
they
lads.
say.
Loving the live stream, but had to go back to the
turned out
beginning.
Amazon in Norfolk.
Richard,
a different.
for fuck's sake, stop reading the tards. Stop reading the tards. Your grandchildren are gone now, so I can tell you stop reading. Right.
They might still be here.
God, Richard. Right, all the tards, subscribe to Richard Hewitt's Easy Van Life. All right. Often it's not the job you do, it's the people you work with. Yes, Pebbles. Yes, it really is. It really is. And I mean, we all realise we're all in the same boat. You know, we're all in a sweatshop, you know, moving heavy parcels, boxes and trolleys around, you know, and sorting them out, you know. So it is intense physical work. And you can't be doing that with bad management and bad colleagues. So I think all of us who were there tried to make the best of it, you know, and we really enjoyed, and it's quite a social job because often, you know, there aren't always enough devices to go around for you to, you know, scan all the barcodes. So you often go helping people at random with what they're doing, and that, you know, it's quite a sociable job, you know. And when you're on the mail sorting, you get to talk to the people on the conveyor belt and have a laugh with them, and then you all meet up in the staff room. It's quite a sociable job, really, really nice, lovely people there. Yeah.
That's the impression I got from talking to you about before. And they must have got good managers as well.
Yeah, that's very important. Yeah,
to keep their staff happy. I've worked at places with bad management, and there's just a bad feeling there all the time. I once had a job manager with him. It must have been I was about 2021, and I used to do this route the same way every day. So all the customers knew what I was going to be, what sort of time I was going to be at the regular customers every day.
And they'd have the right cup of tea waiting for you.
Sometimes,
yeah, even the biscuits you liked.
And the manager came over and said, "What are you doing that way about?" Like that. I said, "Well, why you do it the same every day?" I said, "Because my customers know approximately when I'm going to be there. They can arrange themselves or tell their customers when I'm going to be there, which is electrical stuff." And the management turned around and said, "You're not paid to think." Well, when you go up for a day in a van, you get loaded up for the beginning of the day. If I'm not paid to think, I'm going to get my deliveries done. You know, it's the strangest ever thing to say.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's what made all the difference to be in Amazon was that the management were really cool, and obviously the staff are vetted because obviously you're moving. You know, we were moving HD TVs and microwaves, and you know, we got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs.
Not wrong with Amazon. Yeah. I'm sure there are some good ones like Norfolk. I'm sure there's some horrible ones.
I'm sure there were. Yeah, yes, you're right, Sandra. I really enjoyed working at Amazon Norfolk. That was good. And good afternoon to Rob C. This has been going on for a while. How long have we been doing this?
I don't know. How do you know?
An hour.
You've only got 15% battery life left.
That's all right. We'll keep going to the laptop, guys. I don't suppose you'd want me to plug it into your mains.
What sort of plug is that?
British plug.
A British plug?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we'll just keep going to the laptop, guys. Simple answer.
Oh.
Evan, the autistic way. Evan in Lincolnshire. Oh, do you know what? I went to try and see Evan, and we had, I don't know, crosswise or something, but I went over to Lincolnshire to get my bloody EGR, the exhaust valve regulator, fixed. And it's still running on half power, Evan. Yeah, sorry we were unable to meet when we arranged. I know you took the Saturday off to meet me, and I was there, but I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I mean, I was going through a phase where I was receiving like a dozen junk calls from Indian scam artist salesmen. I don't know how they got my number, but once they get it, they spread it round, and they all every bastard in Bangalore calls you, and yeah, it's awful. Come up north, Andrew and Barbara. Well, the thing is, it's hard to have plans because I mean, I'm not wealthy, you know. I mean, before you could do it on the dole. Before inflation, I could just travel around and live sustainably on the dole. But now with inflation, like the dole hasn't gone up, but inflation's up 25% over the past 2 years. It's just unaffordable, you know. And then if I have got a job, I'm stuck in one place earning money. So no, I don't have any plans at all. Although I have not done the south coast of England, Kent to Dorset. That's a mission I have to do. I haven't even done South Wales, where I'm from. I haven't done, except for, you know, Cwmbran. I haven't really done, you know, Merthyr Tydfil, and then all, you know, down to Newport and all the way across to Cardiff, and, you know, up in the valleys there, Caerphilly, Vale, and, you know, Neath, Port Talbot, and Porth. And even though I've been through those areas, I just haven't filmed them.
Cole's gone live, says John Selvin.
Cole?
Cole. I was watching her last night, you know. She's building an IV by herself. She's struggling a bit. Got a big IV minibus. And she's on the car.
Coral Anther Camper Van Channel. I don't know who that is. Coral Anther.
That's another camper van.
Oh, it's bad spelling, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I do actually know her.
Oh, right. So
I met her at the Garth. I met her before.
Oh, right.
At the Peak District, so I met her a few times. Oh, but she's going live today, apparently.
Rob C asked Tim if you have the funds when you go for bigger van. Rob C, my PayPal is in the description. Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out, Rob C. Right.
His famous saying, "A man can dream."
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to see me in a bigger van, Rob C, you know what to do. Right, Siami. Tim, this one goes out to you first, please. Can you give a prediction of the date of the predicted economic crash and the introduction of CDBCs? That's digital currencies. I think it'll be 7 months after an escalation on the Ukraine. Yeah. I think they'll make the flashpoint before the next US election, which is 2024, because Biden, they're trying to oust Biden with like an artificial MacGuffin to get him out, you know, with these declassified documents that have somehow magically turned up in 3 of his libraries.
And one in the garage, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. From when he was vice president, he's not authorized to declassify documents. But the thing is, they actually SWAT teamed Trump for that. But he was president. He's allowed to declassify and keep any documents he likes because he's writing his memos, and he can declassify any document he wants to source his memoirs from. That's allowed. Yeah, but Biden, I don't think he knows what's going on. Do you think he knows what's going on? And he's just being ousted. But the problem is now they've got a Republican speaker, Kevin McCarthy, and so they can't even default to that. So the next in line is President Kamala Harris. Oh, yeah. No, I think the Ukraine thing is not about war with Russia. It is about cutting off oil to Europe under the pretense of a carbon hoax. And another hoax they're doing as well is they've got a giant money laundering scam where the US taxpayer has been putting in billions of dollars, not only through the FTX Sam Bankman-Fried scam, of crypto scam that's been going on, but also directly from the US Congress. The speaker's Nancy Pelosi before, she sent billions over to Ukraine that got laundered and then sent back to their pockets, the pockets of the elite, not just the United States. I'm talking the globalist elites now. Yeah, so I think what they do not want to do is even if they attack Trump, DeSantis is overwhelmingly more popular than him. So I got a feeling that that the US election 2024, in the run up to that, say 6 months before that, that will be the big switch, and that's what I think they'll do, unless they come up with another one. Unless, say, they find a way of making hovering craft in the sky, and they'll do a UFO hoax, and then make everyone panic, and oh, what we need is for everyone to stay indoors. We have a global response, and you have to eat the GMO food that's delivered to you, and you have to stay.
Day of the Triffids.
Yeah, they'll do a Day of the Triffids hoax or something like that. Yeah. So I don't think Ukraine is about war with Russia at all. At all. I mean, if you look at it anyone who's looked into this, look into the 2014 Minsk Accords, where obviously the whole of the southeast from the river Donetsk eastward is 90% ethnic Russian. Yeah, so they're basically Russian people who are under Ukrainian control, and they sent the Azov battalion, Nazis. Yeah, all these people waving Ukraine flag. You're supporting Nazis, actual Nazis. We're talking, who were terrorizing and murdering the Russian population in a Northern Ireland style over there. And eventually the Russians were going to come in and rescue them, and the Russians fell into that trap. But what were they going to do? It's like we did with the Falklands. We weren't just going to let the RGs have it because they invaded and terrorized the locals. We just came in there and sorted it out. And I'm surprised, frankly, the Russians haven't sorted it out much quicker. I'm surprised it took the Russians so long to reclaim that ethnic Russian territory. I mean, they did Crimea pretty sharpish, but right. Oh, we got loads of comments piling in.
I was one about that is Ingo Duncan, yeah, but he's upgraded his van. Bringo's gone now. I've thought it.
Over 300,000 miles after 4 write-offs. Fair play, man. Yeah. Oh, the service is still there if you need help. Yes, Evan, I would love to pop round and see what you can do with my coked up EGR valve. Sandra.
Is he mechanic?
Obrigado. Yeah, well, he's got the same car and he's taken it apart so many times he knows what to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Andrew Green. Hi. Oh, Andrew, with the luxury yacht on the Norfolk Broads. Good to see you pop up in the channel, mate. And if anyone wants to know what life on the Broads is like, go and watch one of my recent videos, about 20 videos back. I went sailing on the Norfolk Broads with Andrew in his luxury yacht. It was brilliant. Yeah. Thank you, Andrew. And I hope you getting some drone footage.
We're doing what you're doing. Weren't we?
Yeah.
About him in the yacht, yeah.
Yeah, we were.
About people paying thousands of pounds a week to go on Norfolk Broads on holiday.
Yeah.
And he's doing it for the war.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew's just such a genius. What he's done, right, is he just does the job I'm doing. Just 2.5 months in an Amazon warehouse over the winter. That pays for his whole year, and he only lives off £200 a month on the Norfolk Broads. Just going to, charity shops for his clothes and
what a beautiful place to stay.
Yeah, living in a beautiful place. Yeah, and you got obviously the freedom of the Broads. You can go everywhere from Stalham down to Great Yarmouth and into Beccles and Bungay. What a beautiful place.
Also Martham, that'll be up in Martham, where big boats can't go past them. Potter Bridge.
Wroxham and Potter Heigham Bridge. Actually, Andrew was talking to me about Potter Heigham Bridge. That's actually subsided. I don't know whether.
I thought, well, I went through there a few weeks ago.
I don't know whether the earth has risen at that
point. That's smaller hole.
Correct.
Or is it just some? Because I haven't seen it for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole of southeast of England is actually subsiding because Scotland is popping out of the sea after the Ice Age. Scotland's popped back up, and and the southeast of England is popping back down after the magma settles after the Ice Age. Yeah, thank you, Andrew. It's really good to meet you and work with you, mate. And thanks for that treat that day out. A&P thumbs up. Okay, Kati Karori, the Maori, says.
I've known
people who live there and they wish they were Russian and do not want to be Ukrainian. Ukrainian government closed bank accounts, took their it was awful. I mean, Ukraine is not a country. It's just a globalist corruption laundering scam. Yeah, exactly. 4x4 fella, that's Benjamin. Yeah, F the WF, exactly. Yeah, Falklands was about black goo. What are we talking about? Rampant nanotechnology. I don't know what that means. All right, Pauline. Yeah, snooze it away, Pauline. Switch hearing aid off, Richard. Oh. Again, Tim, great response and thought-provoking answers. You're welcome. Tan Spoon, oh hi there, new Tam in Loch Lomond, Bonnie, Scotland.
Oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Tam, you were such a great sport, man. I don't know if regular viewers remember, we did that James Bond spoof down Glen Etive, where
I remember that
where Skyfall was filmed. Oh, I mean, it took ages. It took all day to do a 10-minute film, but what a good sport you were, Tam, doing that. That's beautiful scenery, good acting from you. Great henchman. Yeah.
Introduced you to a lovely part of Scotland as well.
Oh God, yeah, Glencoe and Glen Etive, absolutely beautiful.
Very nice.
And we went camping in the rain out in one of the glens there. I think we have a tard on. There's a tard in here, A&P, is there? Ah. Kayak Dread Girl in amongst it.
Oh, Kayak Dread Girl. Oh, Janie.
Janie, yeah, good to see
Hello,
you.
darling.
Good to see you.
Yeah. I'm singing for ages. I met you with Boy a couple of times down in Melbourne.
I watched the wedding and the Christmas party, and it's great. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing well, Kayak Dread Girl. Yeah.
On Kayak, you did one of my favourite videos of any video on YouTube in the world about Aberfan. You did the most amazing video I've ever seen. Aberfan in 1966, coal slag come down off the mountain and buried a school. I remember it well because I was the same age as those children, so it sticks in my mind. I remember it happening at the time. I tried doing a video of it there, but unfortunately my health stopped me getting up onto the memorial, that long white memorial. And you did a fantastic video of going up there. And I've told you before that I love that video. It's one of the best videos out there. It's absolutely brilliant. Black Girl was an interesting rabbit hole to spend time.
Oh, what? Oh, the black graphene oxide. That's what they put into the. You've been injected with graphene oxide.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I thought it had.
Yeah.
By my hair.
Yeah, that's nasty stuff. That is because it causes the blood to clot, but it's not actually a blood clot. It's because it's electronegative. It just attracts metal ions. So these blood clots they pull out of the dead vaccinated are just, they contain tin and aluminium and cadmium. I mean, just trace elements that you would hardly notice in your blood. It just attracts them all and just glues them in there. Forms like a calamari kind of string of, nasty stuff.
Lovely.
That graphene oxide is. I don't know why they put it in the vaccine.
Oh yes, Aberfan. Says Kayak.
Yes,
it was so sad.
Yeah, that was.
I remember actually giving money. The school did a collection. All schools around the country did a collection, and I put my pocket money in for the week. Well, probably a shilling, and my pocket money was 5p now. And they raised thousands of millions of pounds. The National Coal Board got hold of this money and used it to clear the coal slag heap.
Yeah. Not just so they did a lot of them as well. A lot of them were taken down.
But a lot of the money was actually raised for the families of the children to help the memorial, to help them get over.
Because the Coal Board should have done that with their profits anyway, as a matter of health and safety. Yeah, that's disgraceful.
But no, they stole the money.
Yeah.
And spent it on not what we raised the money for, which I was discussing at the time. Well, I was only 10 at the time, so I didn't understand it too much. I found out years later. And more looked at, well, what are you doing, Scruffy now?
She's the star of the show. Whoop!
Oh, she sees the dogs out of them. Timmy mentioned Krypton.
Yeah, it's recovering now. Yeah.
I know you sold your bit.
Yeah, I mean, what is a dog out the window? Yeah, I mean, really, it's gone down a floor, and then it's yeah, we're on we're in the seabed, and then off the continental shelf, and we're on the bottom of the ocean now, and yeah, that's the ups and downs of that is what we're dealing with. It's terrible. Tim or Richard, do you have any thoughts on predictive pole shift?
What pole shift?
You know, the core of the Earth is liquid iron.
North and South Pole.
Yeah, and it's spinning round.
But,
yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously, you know, you've got the moon, which stabilizes the actual tilt of the Earth, as well as the off-axis rotation of the magnet.
Right.
Yeah, underneath the mantle, there's obviously all
gives a seasons, of course.
Well, the tilt does, but the core isn't actually rotating in the same axis as the as the geographic poles. Because of course it generates the magnetic field. That's why the magnetic field doesn't match up, because it's a few degrees off. Although it so happens that in Southampton this year, grid north, true north, and magnetic north are all exactly aligned, and that point, that imaginary point, is moving north through Britain and will just come out through Scotland in this decade. So we could have the point, I think, when all the norths align perfectly, that's when there will be no more friction between the mantle and the core, and that's when you could have turbulence and a shift. I don't know. But when we look at these ancient seabeds, where you've got the mid-Atlantic ridge that separates Africa from South America, you know, that's always growing, the Atlantic, and that's caused by volcanism in the mid-Atlantic ridge, that as the lava freezes into stone, it obviously captures the magnetic fields, and they've got alternate stripes going all the way down. This was only discovered in the 1960s. People had no idea that tectonic plates were moving the continents around. Yes, obviously we know that every 100,000 years the poles shift, so it's going to happen. And when it does, there'll be no magnetic field for a couple of years. That means we'll be directly exposed to all of the cosmic rays that end up being funneled into the aurora. They're going to be, which are unpopulated areas, they're going to be coming to us. So there'll be a mass.
The compass won't work.
Well, no, the compasses won't work. Yeah, and there'll be a massive rise in radiation. Satellites might fail with the rise in radiation, because they're, of course, within the Van Allen belts. So, yeah, and the Van Allen belts, all that radiation being held in the Van Allen belts, I'll just fall.
Yeah, so all them satellites will fall down on our heads.
Yeah, Aberfan was horrendous. Yorkshire Monkey says the NCB,
National Gold Board.
Was it McGregor? Ian McGregor, that Canadian bastard. I mean, Scargill was right. Every paranoid conspiracy theory Scargill came up with was true. What him and Thatcher did to the coal industry was something else.
Oh, that's a different subject altogether.
Well, no, no, but obviously that was in the 80s. So that's 20 years after the Aberfan. But I mean, yeah,
it's a totally different subject.
No, we're talking about how awful the National Coal Board is. I don't think they ever stopped until they destroyed the coal industry. Awful, and now we import it.
And what was it destroyed?
Sandy enjoyed the dog. Yeah, it's all fun and games till somebody loses a bollock. Okay.
Yeah, or Thatcher did sorted the coal industry, but I think it sorted itself. So it was it cost too much money to get the coal out. It was more than it's worth, wasn't it?
Yeah. So just have hundreds and thousands of young men with flat families on the scrap heap on the dole. Genius.
That was the biggest problem.
Thank you, Thatcher. That's why I'm a Welshman in England now. There's no point in my family staying there, because it was ruined. And we're going back to the 70s when my family moved over to England to escape the poverty of Wales. You know, so this was an ongoing thing. Right, Thatcher slaughtered absolutely Yorkshire Monday. Sandra with 3 rows of icons. Very good. Are we up to date?
No battery.
Oh yeah, we've only got this could end any minute. We're at 5%, so the computer could pack in any minute.
Yeah, so we might have to say our goodbyes, might we?
Well, no, we'll wait. The computer will just pack in, and that'll be the end of it.
They won't say goodbye, will we?
No, there won't be an official goodbye. It'll just be a glitch, and that'll be it. So 4x4 fella says my car camper will have some upgrades next time, and we will have a meetup, Tim. Yes, we will. Benjamin.
So you want to be just suddenly disappear, not YouTube or the internet or anything like that. The laptop just instantly die. A glitch in the matrix.
To end the show. Yeah, so here's a different view. This is what I've been looking at, which is the Right Honourable Richard Hewitt there, Scruffy the dog there, and the lovely view of the North Sea coast. Oh yeah, the fog is cleared. I can see the ships on the horizon there. Yeah, I mean, you might not be able to see it on the wide angle there, but yeah, there's my van, still chugging along somehow.
Richard, this one's for you, please. What's the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth?
I gave you that answer last night, actually, over a cup of tea, remember?
I'll fall asleep.
The difference between a conspiracy theory and a truth is...
It depends where you get your information from.
No, the correct answer, Richard, is 6 months. I told you the answer last night and you forgot.
I'll probably fall asleep thinking about that.
Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea conspiracy theories.
Well, actually, the problem is that they're not conspiracy theories. They are actually accurate observations of reality that are being suppressed in the mainstream news. That's the plot, Richard.
I'm falling asleep again.
Don't forget, you got injected, and only after 2 injections you figured out what the scam was, didn't you? And I think you figured out that global warming's the scam. Have you figured that one out yet, or do you believe that we should all stop using carbon?
But I was listening to a thing last night about carbon. Hasn't increased much since records began. And we're carbon, apparently.
We are. And you are the carbon they wish to reduce, Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I need to lose a bit of carbon, yeah.
Richard loves his mainstream media. Actually, do you know what? He's one of the only ones that doesn't have a television, doesn't listen to the radio, and still got injected. Yeah, Mon Man, good afternoon, boys.
No, I don't love mainstream media. I'm sorry. He says, I ain't got a telly in there.
No.
I've got no radio.
Oh.
But my radio on the van's useless.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't got an aerial outside. It's just one that goes around the windscreen.
Actually, Wayne, you got that wrong. It's 0.04, not 0.004 of the atmosphere is carbon. Unless you meant carbon and not carbon dioxide. Because obviously...
two different things, isn't it?
Yeah, carbon in carbon dioxide is only less than a third by weight of CO2. So no, you're still wrong. So yeah, 0.04% is carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
Which actually is fairly low historically. Fairly low. I mean, the atmosphere is the thinnest it's ever been. You go back just 100 million years, which is nothing. It's like 2% of the age of the Earth 100 million years ago is. And they were giant insects. There was so much pressure in the atmosphere that giant insects could fly around. Scruffy? I think Scruffy wants to go for a walk.
She does in a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
The guy she can't she?
Oh, so Wayne Abraham was talking about carbon. Well, obviously carbon has an atomic weight of 12 and oxygen has atomic weights of 16. So the atomic mass of the CO2 molecule is 12 plus 16 plus 16, which is
God forbid
48. 48 of which 12 are carbon, and 12 is a quarter of 48.
Oh my God, imagine that.
No, I don't think so, Wayne. You haven't got any units to that.
Imagine Tim coming into it.
I wonder if Wayne's trying to talk about man-made carbon in the atmosphere. Well, he's definitely talking about carbon and not carbon dioxide. We've already figured out through my calculation that carbon is a quarter of the mass of carbon dioxide. Right. Ever thought of standing for Parliament and attacking within? Yes, I have, Yorkshire Monday. Yes, I have. And I do you know what? I look at Sir Desmond Swayne and the other guy who lost the whip recently, and I'm thinking, but I don't think you can do it from within a political party, because obviously in the United States now, the left wing, the Democrats, have been completely taken over by you know, the woke loony left, politically correct, corrupt nonsense. And the right wing is slowly being overtaken by the awakened and the populists and the truthers gradually. But in Britain, we got a similar phenomenon with Nigel Farage and Richard Tice and so on. But I think the Tory party is too big a juggernaut to hijack in that way. Because we don't have a presidential system. It's a parliament that's elected by a prime minister that's elected by the members of parliament of the winning party. So they would never get a truther in at all. So I think the Reform UK party, Farage, needs to stand for the UK Reform Party. I tell you, if he does, I'll be very tempted to do that. Yes. The global average. Wayne Abraham, the global average carbon dioxide set a new high of 412.72 parts per million. And what is that as a percentage?
What?
Wayne.
We mean percentage?
Yeah, so we're gonna divide 414 by a million, and we're gonna see what the percentage is. 414 divided by a million, that's 6 zeros, equals, yeah, that's 0.000414. But because we're talking about percentages, you multiply by 100. So we times that by 100 to convert it to percent, and we have 0.04, Wayne. You're welcome. Tim, you would get my vote. Thanks, Bopper. Desmond Swain speaks it like it is. What a guy. I mean, for me, it was Jacob Rees-Mogg, you know, the Mogster. He was brilliant, what he was doing to people. But, yeah, now it's Desmond Swain. What a guy. And Farage as well. I mean, obviously, Farage got injected, but I think he's done like Richard has now. He's slowly figured out that it wasn't a good idea. Tidy from Wayne. Thank you, Wayne. You're welcome, sir. We're on 2% on the battery, so we could glitch out any minute. Last comments, everyone. It's so quiet.
But by Sammy and Daisy, if you're still there.
Oh, Patricia.
In a minute.
Patricia DeSangelis in Glastonbury.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You just missed us, Patricia. The computer's about to die, and that's it. Yeah. Watch Died Suddenly. Yes, Watch Died Suddenly on Rumble. I put a link to it on one of my previous videos. Watch Died Suddenly on Rumble. It shows the phenomenon of how the media is trying to cover up the enormous scale of mRNA injection deaths. You can't call them vaccines, for God's sake. Yeah, Desmond Swain, he just goes for it. He's like, wow, he's like Alex Jones and Trump all in one. He just says it how it is, and he just drops that truth bomb turd right there on the green leather seats of the Houses of Parliament. What a guy. Just in time to be too late. Yes, Patricia. Say hello to George. Mark from A Ford Babel Campervan. It was good to do the Jam Factory with you in Essex. That was a laugh. And Yorkshire Monday, great day. Stay safe. Andrew Green. Richard Tim, come visit at Wroxham.
He calls it Wroxham.
I know. Don't worry about it.
He's got a lisp.
Hey, you got a lisp on the keyboard, yeah. Keep up the good work, LP. Actually, Andrew Green, I can hear you more clearly when you're typing than when you're talking. Right. Keep up the good work. We'll do 4x4 fella. Richard and Tim, good stream, gents.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, George says hi. I'll go, hi, George. He loves my American accent. Thanks for the live, guys. You're welcome, Bopper. Tam Spoon, hit the likes. This was the older guy for Labour, can't remember his name. In the 18th, Kinnock, John Smith. John Smith, that's right. I met him when I was a trampoline teacher. I asked him if he wanted to have a bounce, and he refused because there were TV cameras there. Right. Speak with you today. Wish you all the well. Thank you. Oh, it's so fast I can't see him all. Siamese, if you had a gay jump on your back, would you leave him?
Or toss him
off? Yeah. Right. Mystic Hair. And Andy coming a little bit late, but yeah. Mystic Hair was one of my OGs right from the beginning of episode 1. Pauline Brawl, bye-bye Tim and Richard, stay safe.
Bye-bye, yeah.
Bye-bye Pauline. Thanks guys, thanks Wayne. And now, Wayne, you know how to calculate the percentage of carbon dioxide of the atmosphere. And you're welcome. Welsh Richie, tidy man. Yeah, it's good to meet Welsh Richie's a friend of the Glastonbury crowd, yeah. Kayak Dread Girl, bye. Bye, Bug Out Shop. Oh, Lee, I've got 1% left on my computer, and you just joined us. Everyone, go and watch the Bug Out channel. Lee runs a Bug Out shop in Bilth Wells where he sells all survival and prepping equipment and does videos on, what you need to take with you depending on, how long you're away. Brilliant channel. What you're doing so importantly, brilliant. I'd love to see you one day. Kayak Dread Girl. Yeah. Dennis Skinner. Oh, the balls over bomber. What a guy. Remember Dennis Skinner?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, for Labour.
It was nasty. A very nasty man.
Yeah. Well, only because you were a Tory boy. Yeah, but what Dennis Skinner was a truth bomber. What a guy. So was Tony Benn. He was a bit of a truth bomber too. Bit of a Trotsky, but truth bombing. Great live stream. Thank you, Andrew. When will you two do another live? As I didn't know. We don't know. This is just spontaneous. We just sat down and pressed live, and that was it. And here you are. Evan the Autistic Way. Later, boys. Evan, we'll meet up in Lincolnshire and yeah, see what you think of that EGR nonsense. Yeah. Give Lee a watch on the Bug Out Preppers shop in Bilth Wells. Yeah, go there, Janie. He's brilliant. Or even visit him if you, because you're not too far from Bilth Wells, where you are in Worcestershire. There. Patricia DeSangelis, Funky Prepper used to work there. Yes, that's right. I actually met him at Stevenage at the Preppers meet. Oh, don't forget, all of you, subscribe now to Richard Hewitt, where you can hear more of his amazing engaging and chat. Yeah.
Richard Hewitt, easy van live.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was the whole purpose of this live stream, was to introduce you all to Richard Hewitt, because I know you all know who he is, but very few of you have subscribed. So do that.
Not surprised, Nate. Look at what John.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bother with that.
Even if you never watch another episode again, subscribe to him so we can get adverts on his channel and start getting some pocket money in. Right. See you later, guys. We're good mates with Kid.
Boy.
Kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a good friend of boys.
Yeah.
So you as well. You've been with him.
Yeah, you were with me when we met him at the car park in
I knew him before
Lancashire.
that.
Yeah. Craig Melvin, afternoon. Nice time. No, I don't drink anymore, Craig, really. Just don't really like it. I don't like drinking. I don't
don't drink.
I don't like being drunk. I don't like the hangover. I mean, I like getting up early in the morning and enjoying the day, Bug Out shop. Nice. Right. Say something. Thank you. I'm typing. Thank you, everyone. See if I can get that out before the battery dies. Flying Sheep Rally. Yeah, thanks for the questions. And we got rid of a tard today. That was good, wasn't it? Yeah, and that guy, whoever he was, sign over to Richard Hewitt's channel and try and find a way of annoying him.